Well, hello and welcome everybody to episode 166 of the Sensible Sociopath podcast. My name's Stephen Paul and we're live on YouTube.
166!
EAGLES! Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, if anybody didn't realize, unless you're listening to this in the post-world of the Super Bowl. I hope they win.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a football fan. I'm more of a team or a culture fan or something like that. You know, it's not the game that's important, really.
It's the commercials.
Well, and they never won until 2017, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did, huh?
They've gone to the NFC championships a number of times, which I've watched them lose. Yes, except that one time.
Yeah, except that one time.
Adjust your camera so you're centered.
Oh, yeah. You mean like spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Spiritually centered. Yeah, so welcome to the show, everybody. We are live on YouTube. If you are watching us, you can turn your phone to the side, chat with us. Also, subscribe, like, and shoot that share out to all your friends and enemies and acquaintances. Our co-hosts, we have on the second mic, Superfan Dan.
What's up, guys?
Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then in our producer's bay, we have Roma Romerica Rifkin.
Hi, guys.
On the ones and twos.
Roma.
Yes. So
I like the sound effects.
Yep. That's, I mean, yeah, Police Academy. I'm Michael Winslow.
Okay.
Dan, that's when you start making sounds so that people think I'm doing it.
What?
You know I can't do, you're the sound guy, Dan.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What is that, a donkey?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm just going to start off and say it. Probably something everybody's been expecting to hear. I've been making excuses to go to Dave's Hot Chicken as much as possible. All right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I've also come up with a winning formula.
No kidding.
Yeah. So, you can get, when I spoke about it before, you'd get the chicken strip, which was just on a piece of Wonder Bread.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then you could get the sandwich with like pickles and a little bit of their slaw, their kale slaw.
Mm-hmm.
So what I discovered you could do is actually you could get the 2 chicken strip meal, which is basically like 2 whole chicken breasts.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus.
You just toss the bread, you cut them up, you get a side of the kale slaw, boom, extra pickles, boom, bam.
Nice.
Meatless sandwich, basically. So it's just like an awesome
Meatless?
salad.
Meatless sandwich.
Or sorry, breadless sandwich.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to say, that sounds awful.
There's plenty of meat in there. Oh, and you take a drizzle of honey.
Okay.
It's so fucking good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I love honey and heat.
And I get the medium heat, Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried going higher than medium?
I haven't stepped up, and I can't say why. Perhaps I'm scared.
I don't believe that.
Well, speaking of hot sauce.
Oh, geez. That was a hell of a transition.
You're welcome.
Roma's paying attention.
So, as some of you might know, there is a company called Sticker Mule, and they make stickers. And, if you're on Instagram, I'm assuming TikTok or whatever, you've probably seen ads from. And I've ordered a lot of stuff from them over the years. And this time when I ordered some stuff, they sent me 2 packets of their mule sauce, which is hot sauce. They make their own hot sauce.
There's not a picture of a penis on there, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a guy getting kicked by a mule, though.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so it's 3 out of 5 peppers, and it says the best everyday sauce.
Okay. I'm always looking for a good everyday sauce, to be honest.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at reviews, and a lot of people like it. A lot of people are like, yeah, I could have it at the office, and everybody enjoys it and whatever. But I thought that we could try it here on the show since we're fans of hot sauce.
Absolutely.
So hashtag sticker mule, hashtag mule sauce.
Okay.
I'd have to say that I probably don't have enough sauce in my life.
Yeah.
At least an everyday sauce for solid.
A man needs sauce.
Yeah.
I think everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
We all need sauce.
Well, Roma's saucy enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty saucy.
This is true. She is quite saucy.
Yes, exactly. Well, I wonder what this is like. Because it could be more like a
in my mind,
Louisiana.
it's like a Frank's Louisiana
Okay, yeah.
in my mind, but I haven't tried it, so.
And I'm not a huge fan of like Tabasco, so maybe this could be a better version of Tabasco that I'll fall in love with.
So Tabasco to me is a breakfast hot
More like on eggs and like hash browns.
eggs, hash
biscuits
brown,
and gravy,
biscuits
right?
and gravy
Yeah.
for sure.
I do. Definitely do for like gumbo, but that's really about it. That's kind of my.
Yeah.
You know, for me, Tabasco was only good for making
Mule
Um,
jizz. I mean,
em-
juice.
MREs a little bit more tolerable
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah, totally.
because in almost every single pack of MREs there is some form of either Cholula or actually Tabasco itself.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 out of 5 hots. On
3
the
out of
sauce
5
scale.
hots.
Yeah. Do you want to pass Roma the chicken bowl first, or
Yeah.
we should do ours first?
Okay.
Actually, no. Pass it to Roma. She
Yeah.
gets chick pick.
Chick pick.
Pick
Yeah.
the chick,
Yeah, chicks picking chicks.
chick, picking chick.
Chick pickle chicks. All right. So, okay. It looks like it has a tear off corner.
Mm-hmm.
Your poultry, sir.
So you can order packets, like
Mhm.
50 packets for, it's like $9 or
Nice.
something. And then you can order a bottle. It's like $8.99.
Mhm.
That's a slick knife, Steve. Where have I seen that before?
Oh, so it's kind of thick, almost like a watery ketchup, which I
Okay.
like. Probably akin to Frank's hot sauce, maybe a little thicker than that.
It smells fine. It smells almost like a sriracha almost.
All right, let's
Ooh.
try it.
Yeah.
You
There
ready?
has
Dan,
been
you
a
ready?
shortage. of-
Clinky.
Clink, clink.
Did you already, Roma?
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Well, I over microwaved mine.
It's a little sweet. No, I got a chicken.
Oh, same with the sauce.
Oh, I have a sauce over here.
Dan, quit trying to force yourself on people.
So it's a little sweet. It's spicy.
I like it.
I like it
It
too.
almost
Yeah,
is
that's-
jerky.
That's better than
That's probably the meat.
Tabasco, to be honest with you. There was so
Yeah,
So
mine was
much
made out
less-
of leather.
much less vinegar involved than I
Mhm.
was anticipating.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking more vinegar too.
And that's actually got a nice zing to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a ring.
You
to
can
it.
taste the pepper in it and taste like habanero or
Habanero for
whatever.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Habanero or ghost pepper, any of those.
Mhm.
Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a little
going
sweet
back.
for me for an everyday sauce.
oh, that'd be good on wings.
Yeah, I think
That'd be
it'd
really
probably
good.
be about perfect.
But
you know,
it's pretty spicy though, I
Yeah.
think.
I'd say that's a perfect 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
That's a perfect medium.
considering we've had 7, I'd say that is definitely a 3 out of 5.
I feel like it's a little spicier than a 3 to me.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, and I think we also went a little heavy because we're just trying it.
that's
and
true. I
tasting
did.
it,
Yeah.
where you wouldn't put quite that much.
Yeah. And their thing says a little goes a long way. So
I would say that's as spicy as maybe it's a little spicier than sriracha to me.
yeah,
Yes,
I think it is. Yeah.
I would say it's a little bit spicier than sriracha, not quite as spicy as
Mhm.
like
But
say,
really good flavor like sriracha. So it's almost like sriracha, but just
Doesn't have as much of the garlic as
Yeah,
sriracha
mhm.
has.
but yeah, I think the way that sriracha is good at flavoring,
Mm-hmm.
and you enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the same thing.
Okay.
And
So-
I've just gotten back on the sriracha
So,
kick, so
yeah.
that's why.
fuck the buffalo. I'd go with the mule. I'd
Oh,
go
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
mule wings.
Would you guys buy a bottle?
I would.
I would.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I would because that
For a sponsorship,
yeah, mule.
yeah,
mule
kick,
Mule kick.
Yeah.
Just fucking throw
mule
it at us.
sauce.
No, I mean it's good. If it was on the table, I would for sure
Oh
eat it.
yeah.
And I would consider buying.
Well, and anybody that enjoys a sauce knows it's just so hit or miss.
It really is, and that's why I was curious. I'm like, we have to try this on the show.
There's like 5 good hot sauces, and then there's everybody trying to rip them off.
Mm-hmm.
That's really kind of what it feels like out
Yeah.
there.
It's definitely
Um,
very peppery. You can taste the pepper in it.
Not like Clucks. they're I think it was their hot. It just tasted like a handful of black pepper rubbed in your eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. But,
See, regardless of what your review was with Clucks,
Mhm.
I still have not been to Dave's,
Mm.
but I feel like I need to try both at least once for both.
start with Clucks.
Okay. Okay.
Or unless
no.
unless you want to be aggressively angry at Clucks after eating Dave's.
No,
that's-
see, and that's fine. Like either way, since you recommend going to Clucks first before
Yeah.
going to Dave's,
there's a chance you would enjoy it at that point.
It's kind of like I'd say, going for straight chicken at KFC versus going for straight chicken at Popeyes.
Yeah.
No heat added to it. Just this is what they present.
Yeah.
This is what they give to everybody.
They're having a cluck off.
Yeah, they're clucking all over the place.
Yeah. Go cluck yourself.
Yeah, cluck yourself.
Dave. What kind of name is Dave?
So Margot says we all need sauce.
It's true.
Indeed, Margot. We do all need sauce. And hello to Margot.
Yes. Hello, Margot.
All right. So I brought some things to the show.
We do have to save room at the end.
Yeah.
I got to get to this.
I did also bring a thing to the show as well.
Wow, okay.
Oh, my Jesus. What are we all trying? Jesus Christ. This pod, shut it down.
Shut, that's it.
Can't have everybody firing on all cylinders.
Unplug everybody.
I'm curious as to what Dan brought.
Is this going to be a 6-hour
actually,
podcast?
you know what I brought.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a quick...
I just wanted to present that for the holiday that had happened, Roma...
You're talking about Black History Month, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Roma had grabbed this tumbler for me, and I just wanted to bring it because it's got a wolf on it.
Yeah.
Wolves are one of my animals.
Is that going to be your new studio glass, or are you gonna keep that one at home?
Well, to be honest with you,
or
I
in
think
your
I'm
car so you can drink?
Well, whether it's in my truck or not, it's neither here nor there. But
well, now the police know you have a truck. Great.
It doesn't matter which truck I have.
Dan, I'm gonna it's the one running over all the sidewalk signs.
They were pulling everybody who was on that particular sidewalk, and
exactly.
I will happily quote Ron White on that one.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't pull over anybody else? Yeah.
That's profiling, and profiling is wrong. So, Romerica, what you got?
Yeah.
I've got a couple things. One of them, so who here enjoys a good ghost town?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
right?
I mean, yeah, when I can. When the opportunity presents itself.
I've been to a couple, and I will say that I do enjoy a good ghost town.
Would you ever consider living in a ghost town? Like be a permanent resident?
Would you have to be dead?
Well,
no.
Oh, all right.
Is
so
it a
be
tourist ghost town?
Yeah.
Or is it just a ghost town?
Ghost and superfan Dan town.
It's both. It's a ghost town, and they want tourists to come. So here's the deal. There is a ghost town.
Is it an air boo and boo? Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I know you couldn't help yourself, but it was great.
All right. So, U.S. government is offering free room and board in a small town, yet no one wants to live there. So the United States government has issued a decree stating that anyone living in the abandoned ghost town Garnet, Montana can stay there free of charge. Amazingly, no one has taken the unbelievable offer. The reason why people aren't flocking to the free room and board offer is beyond spooky.
Okay.
Free room and board?
Yes. Yeah. They will pay you to live
internet
there. So I think that's one of the reasons. It's got quote unquote spotty internet.
Well, so does Caldwell.
Yeah.
Well, you could create for yourself like
your own internet?
Well, realistically, you could create a hub.
I just logged on to my internets.
I mean, look what Ryan Reynolds did. Mint Mobile.
Yeah.
Just saying. Continue.
Did Ryan Reynolds do that?
Yeah, Mint Mobile is his.
He's like a business fucking. Yeah, there's a thing on Hulu about him and Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Buying a UK football team.
Yeah, so they actually have a whole show on that, and me and my boyfriend have watched it. It's really good. It's entertaining.
I did too. Yeah.
So the town of Garnet, Montana, dates back to the 1860s. Once a bustling mining town, it is now nothing more than an abandoned plot of land with buildings that transport visitors back to the Old West. Dan,
not those kind of miners.
Oh,
you pervert!
My bad. I was staring a little too much. I thought it was.
I got him wrong.
But it was that's pre-Idaho.
His eyes almost popped out of his head.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even though it's been a ghost town for centuries, the United States government is not giving up on it. free room and board with one stipulation. In an attempt to get people back to the town of Garnet, the U.S. government said that whoever lives there could do so free of charge. They would give them free room and board and even a monthly stipend for meals. The only stipulation, the new resident would have to work at a local souvenir shop and give tours to visitors.
Wow.
That's the only stipulation?
I guess so.
To live in like wilderness paradise where no one bothers you.
Yeah.
You got fucking no one.
Yeah.
I know.
Think about how many
Except the
podcasts.
ghosts.
We could do all the podcasts.
I tried to talk my boyfriend into it, but he wasn't. He asked about the internet.
Yeah. Well, see, the worst part is that, well, okay, if they're only wanting one person to go there, that's one thing. I was thinking if they're trying to get like all of these full of people, just think of the shitbag neighbors you would have.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
God.
the worst neighbors in the whole world.
Until they got scared out of their pants, and then they'd move away.
That's true.
But you'd have to put up with them until then.
Yeah, but what if you didn't make friends with the ghosts first and they did, and then the ghosts are on their side? Come on, Dan.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man.
So it says, for many, the offer probably sounds too good to be true, so why aren't people flocking to Garnet? Well, it might have to do with the fact that the abandoned town is far from other cities, or maybe because there's little to no Wi-Fi and not much entertainment around. The reason is actually far more complicated and spooky. Let's see.
Well, don't read about fresh air.
No, I'm not going to.
Get blue skies? Fuck that.
And I'm sure mining towns were crazy back then.
Yeah.
Like money and prostitutes and drinking and guns.
And
It would have been
barbers.
great.
Don't forget barbers.
Yes, that would pull your teeth out because they were also dentists.
Yeah.
It says,
and gunslingers.
a once booming mining town, Garnet was known for its ruby-colored stone found in the area. Even though they're not considered precious stones, they were still valuable and had people coming to town in hopes of striking gold. More so, though, people were flocking to town because the area was rich in gold-bearing quartz deposits. People left as quickly as they arrived. These deposits attracted so many people that the town was once home to 1,000 residents. Sadly, they were more concerned with what lay underneath the earth than on top of it.
Back then, 1,000 people in a town in Montana was like New York City.
That's a metropolis.
Yeah, seriously.
As a result, many of the original buildings were not structurally sound, so when the deposits were tapped, people left the town as quickly as they arrived. People came back in 1934. This is the price of gold doubled that year, and people once again traveled to Garnet, Montana. Oh, but this says then the war. It says then World War II hit, and people were drafted to fight in the war. As a result, people began to move out.
Well, I'd imagine if you're living that remotely and you're living there just to mine, if all the men get taken, what the hell are you doing there?
Yeah.
No, there's no reason to be there.
Yeah.
You got no dick.
Yeah.
It says
All those prostitutes. Poor prostitutes.
While the lack of Wi-Fi and entertainment is enough to deter many people, it is the legends surrounding the town that make people turn away and run in the other direction. According to the surrounding towns of people who visit Garnet, there's an uneasy air about Garnet, sometimes sinister. The ghost stories are real, according to visitors. Garnet is a ghost town in the literal sense of the phrase, and locals around the area believe the souls of the old miners haunt the town, namely those who dined within the mine. I think they meant died.
Yeah.
Within the mines.
I mean, they probably dined there too.
Yeah, that's
just to
true.
be fair.
Yeah, I imagine there was food there some point.
Yeah.
People have claimed to hear spooky, eerie, and strange noises at night. They've said they've heard laughter coming from the
Marion?
Is it Marion's?
Yes.
Marion's old saloon, and even laughter and crying in areas where there's no one else around. More shocking is that there are some stories about people seeing ghostly figures wearing period clothing drifting around at night.
No, those are period underwear, not clothing. God.
A historian even had a weird experience. Alan Matthews, a Bureau of Land Management historian, had even came back from Garnet with some spooky stories of his own. Not one to believe in tall tales about ghosts, Alan was in Garnet solely for scientific research. One evening when the sun was about to set, Alan was looking out the window of the residence he was staying at. That's when he saw what looked like an older lady, a ghostly figure standing in the window of the old hotel. The longer he stared, the longer the figure stared back. The seasons play a role in this weird instance. Keeping what? That's weird. Okay.
That's weird. So basically, he got into a staring contest with
a ghost.
A ghost.
Yeah.
They don't need to blink, dummy.
He wasn't entirely sure what to think of the situation, so naturally he walked over to the hotel and took a look inside. He found no evidence of anyone being there, let alone an old lady. The experience shook him to the core, and he has no choice but to believe the legends.
Okay, so let's say you live there by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you masturbate in every single building?
You'd have to.
I think so.
You'd have to just to claim your territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd feel driven to do that, but
Well,
you never
You
know.
never
If
know.
you're there long enough,
You
You're
never
bored.
know.
yeah.
You gotta at least knock one out, and you're like, you know what? I haven't done it over here.
I mean, if you're thinking about that old stump that looks like tits,
That weird windy fucking root that just looks like a big fat cock.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You just gotta kind of just rub one out, especially when you got no Wi-Fi.
I mean, I was just backing up. I don't know what's back there. What's going to happen?
People who have stayed in Garnet have said they heard mournful piano music playing in the buildings, even though no one was playing the instrument. When the clock strikes midnight, while the abandoned town is quiet during the day, everyone who has reported on the spooky instances agrees on one thing. Everything weird begins once the sun goes down.
Ooh.
Even the piano. Everyone who's heard the eerie music has said that it begins when the clock strikes midnight.
That's awesome.
Roma,
That's like seriously, truly awesome.
how far away is this place?
It's in Montana. I don't know.
Hold on.
It's got to be
I'll
pretty
find
close
out.
because I'm just saying, if no one wants to be there and we could just hang out there and see if there's ghosts.
That'd be cool.
I'm into it.
Okay, I was going to actually say, Roma, you need. I know you got connections.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get your ghost people in on this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm serious about this. You need to get your ghost people aware of Garnet
Yeah.
if they're not already.
Yeah. It says, along with piano music, people have also said they've seen ghostly figures and heard unearthly sounds around the abandoned town. All of them happened during the colder winter months. Oh. They've also seemed as though the most haunted places during the winter is the old saloon, the once owned by what did you say her name was?
Marion.
Marion.
Yeah.
It's like, just to say, it's
People
it's-
keep coming back to visit Garnet, but no one has taken the government up on free living offer to stay in the haunted town.
I mean, it would probably be a pretty easy place to get permission. Like,
Well,
like
yeah, I mean, if they're begging people to come there.
yeah. Because I mean, if you do give it enough, press, I mean, that's basically what they're asking for. They want park visitors, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's a historical something, and you pay $7 and you get to walk around or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be cool.
Cool, huh?
it's 8.5 hours away
That's not bad.
from where we are.
Yeah.
It's closer to us than it's. I'd say it's like dead smack in the middle between. Well,
Illinois?
it's not far from Missoula.
Okay.
I don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's in
Dan,
Montana.
we don't know geography.
That's true.
Stop.
That's
Just give us
true.
the coordinates. We'll put
I-
it in the GPS.
I probably could find
but
it.
8.5
actual-
hours is.
Yeah,
is-
it's 8 hours 36 minutes.
Oh, and dude, so that means I could get there in like 6.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
little cocaine, you can get there in 5.
Exactly.
I feel like if you did live there, you'd
Mhm.
probably, I don't know. I feel like I would have a hard time sleeping though. Like
You
I
think?
would.
Well, if you didn't talk to the ghosts and get a rapport established.
That's why you got to masturbate in every building. You get
Yeah.
real tuckered out.
Yeah. Well, speaking of not being able to sleep,
Yeah. Do we want to give a little lead up to this?
yeah, we
So-
will.
So, I have been an insomniac for the greater part of my life, I'd say. Like kind of ever since high school. No, I think it was after high school. Maybe since I've been an adult. But it just seems like, or actually when I was in high school, what I started doing was I worked at a golf course. And so I would work at the golf course at 5 a.m. and then I would leave at like 2:30. And then I would go sleep for 3 hours, and then I would go party all night, and then I would go to sleep at like 2 and wake up at, So basically I had 2 small sleeps and
Mhm.
2 days for each day, which was pretty cool. But I just don't know if I ever got out of that habit or whatever it was. Maybe it changed the way I am.
Possibly. Somebody said one time, they said their grandfather used to say, if you can't sleep, you're not tired enough.
Mhm.
Meaning like you're not,
Exhausted
yes.
physically.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only reason you can't sleep is because you're not expending enough.
Mhm.
Like on the days that I work 10-hour shifts, I'm fucking dead.
Mhm.
I'm like, I come home and I crash hard.
Mhm.
But I know you're insomniac and I saw this.
Mhm.
This guy was on Rogan
Mhm.
and I'll just play it. real quick. So
Now, what about the people that say that they sleep, they go to bed, they sleep 5 hours, they wake up and they feel great? Is that bullshit?
The number of people who can survive on 6 hours of sleep or less without showing any impairment, rounded to a whole number and expressed as a percent of the population, is 0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 0. Now, what about
Yeah.
So, and I believe that. And so then we were talking about it, and you're like, yeah, I've thought about getting a smartwatch and sleeping with it on to check my sleep.
Mhm.
But, sleeping with a watch kind of sucks. And
Mhm.
I used to do that. And I noticed that if left to my own devices, like I didn't have to get up for work or an appointment or anything like that, I slept almost exactly 8 hours every night without an alarm or whatever. If I went to bed at 11 o'clock or I went to bed at 3 a.m., I would sleep almost exactly 8 hours. And if I had a shortened sleep because of like work or something, say I slept like 5.5 or 6, the days following when I had the chance, I would sleep. So say I slept like, 7 hours or, 6 hours. The following days, left to my own devices, I would sleep 9 hours.
So
And like
it would just add to the next day.
it would
or
literally,
whatever.
my body would
Like
naturally.
rollover minutes, nights and weekends.
Which is, interesting because people are like, you don't need 8 hours of sleep. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you need 8 hours of sleep because my body really, really wants 8 hours of sleep.
It's literally the only thing that has been consistent for our entire lives is you need to sleep 8 hours.
Yeah.
Everything else has changed.
Mhm.
but
At least
except
at
that.
least a third of 24 hours you need to be passed out. I've generally found that between 6 and 7 for me, I can do 5.5.
I cannot. I can do it for a few days and then I'm like, it's not good.
Well, and it's funny because they say like without any kind of impairment, I used to time it so I would only sleep 5 hours. Like, so when I was a chemistry major, going to school full time and working full time, there's no time anyways. But I would figure out that if I did like 6 hours, I would feel like dog shit all day.
Right.
If I did 5 hours, I'm like, boo, let's go.
And it must be like your sleep cycle, your REM cycle. Because I do notice that depending, like, so say I wake up naturally, if I let myself fall back asleep, I'm so much more tired than if I had like gotten up when I actually woke up.
Yeah.
I also noticed too when I set an alarm, and I was talking about this with somebody the other day. I'm like, it's so weird because on the days I have to work, I will sleep to the last fucking minute. On the days that I'm off, I'll wake up at 8:30 no matter what time I went to bed. And I'm like, I'm up. And like the days, and I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe because I set my alarm and I let it like, I always set like 5 alarms and like will snooze them. And hopefully I'll get up earlier on one of those earlier alarms. I usually don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, why am I up at 8:30 on a day off and I'm sleeping till, 10:45 on a day because I work evening shift. I work not night shifts, but evening shifts.
Well, one thing that I hate, and maybe this plays a factor, is I don't like if I have like an evening job or something. I don't like waking up at 9 a.m. and then waiting till 6 to go to work. I'm like, that's horrible. I'm like,
I
want to sleep till I go to work.
Yeah.
I've tried to give myself at least 2 hours, give or take half an hour.
Yeah. And that's fine,
because, I like to have at least an hour before I need to be at work. Like before I need to leave the house, I give myself an hour to like get up, do, sit there and fucking
Coffee.
veg for a minute, drink some coffee.
Watch Ricky Lake.
Yeah, and
Jerk off in one of the old buildings.
right.
Yeah, before you have to hit up the souvenir shop.
Like standards, you gotta have something to clean.
Like at evening at the Apollo, he goes and rubs the tit stump. It's just shiny. Why is this tit stump all shiny?
If you really want to know, that's for the evening show.
Exactly.
But it's generally between an hour and a half to 2 hours before I have to be at work.
So I'm the same way because it takes me an hour to get ready if I'm leisurely about it. So I usually work at 1 p.m., 10-hour shifts. And so I'll get up. My absolute latest that I'll let myself get up is 11. So I can like have some coffee, get ready, take a shower, do all that stuff. And then especially in the winter, warm up my car, like maybe pack a lunch, whatever it is that I'm doing. But like, I have to have that time period. I was like, because I know people that are like, oh, I got up 15 minutes ago and I drove straight to work. And I'm like, I cannot fucking do that because I'm not awake yet.
And those people are gross.
I don't like it.
You should shower. You should brush your teeth. You should not be able to get anywhere
at least
that quickly.
At least take care of yourself real fucking fast.
Do you wipe your ass or do you just walk away? Just stand up and walk away.
Don't even flush. Just walk away, man. Yeah. Just candy bars in the bowl. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, and so with my sleep, like I said, the 5 hours I'm kind of running optimally. But if
you think you are,
I really like I'm full of energy and I'm like it's just the way I feel. Like I just feel like my mind's going like I'm funnier when I have 5 hours of sleep than when I have 6. I don't know why.
Well, you're supposed to have 8.
Well, then
have
I
you
would
tried
be less
8?
funny. Then
no.
I'd be funny like
have you tried
Roma.
8? So you're probably in some kind of like not quite in the right sleep pattern, and so you wake up because you probably never had a deep sleep, and then and so if you go into 6, you're probably hitting a deep sleep. I don't know anything about sleep. And then, but if you had continued to sleep past into 8 hours, you probably get back into that kind of half woken up state and you'd probably be alert again. But you're probably just going to get Alzheimer's because you're not getting enough sleep. Because that's when your body repairs and your brain repairs and,
But I fast, so it balances out.
What I found, what I was informed about was that it's about every hour and a half that you actually go through a full REM cycle.
I do it in 35 minutes.
Yeah, I believe that. You just cut it in thirds.
Yep.
But so if you take like a nap, 2 hours could be a little too much. 1 hour isn't enough.
There definitely is a magic number for naps.
But as soon as
0.
I try to I've discovered when it comes to naps, I will try and lay down and be like, okay, I'm going to fucking take a nap. And I don't nap. But if I'm not even thinking about taking a nap, I'll just pass out for like an hour and then I wake up and boom, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But it always pisses me off when somebody tries to wake me up before it's like my body says, okay, no, it's time for you to get up.
Yeah.
If somebody tries, it always just like, it fucks me off real bad and I just can't deal with it. I'm like, go, what the fuck did you want? I was sleeping.
Sorry, Dan, we had a podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I pretty much have a no nap rule because then I can't sleep properly at night. So I will force myself to stay awake. But
my naps are 4 hours.
So 4-hour naps I find are really, people are like, oh, the optimal time for a nap is 20 minutes. I'm like, fuck no, dude. I'm so fucked up after 20 minutes. Oh, yeah.
Margot's all over it.
Yeah. 20 to 30 minute power nap. I can't do that. I literally cannot do that. And in fact, I'll wake up like shaky.
I hibernate.
I've seen somebody
2 to 4 hour nap is like, that's when I'll wake up naturally. But then now my sleep schedule's fucked. So I will not take a nap.
Yeah. And something that I do, a tool that I use is if I wake up in the middle of the night and I already know I'm not going back to sleep. It's just like I can feel it.
I feel like I never have that. And I feel like that's a mindset. You're like, oh, now I'm up. Because like my boyfriend will do that too. He's like, I can't go back to sleep. And I'm like, is that true? Or did you automatically jump on your phone and now you've got blue light in your eyeballs and your mind stimulated? I bet you if you would have closed your eyes and rolled back over, you would have been asleep in 5 minutes.
Well, I keep my phone face down. And so I'll play like podcast or, it's already playing. I don't even have to pick it up.
Yeah.
And then, it's just like, I'll just lay there and I'll just be like, like you just know when you're not going to go to sleep. So then what I have to do is right about 3 a.m. I go, all right, and pick up the phone and start ordering a McDonald's breakfast, and then that's what keeps me going. I get a breakfast sandwich if I go for 3 more hours.
Now you're gonna have to get the Mule kick, to throw on your freaking breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, my mule sauce.
Mule sauce. Yeah. I feel I've also found that in times where I have had a harder time falling asleep, I will read. I will read a physical book, and that shit puts me to sleep so fast. Like I'll fall asleep, like the book will fall on my face. I actually bought myself a Kindle because it's just instant books at your hand, your fingertips. But don't have the blue screen. I don't have that distraction. I can't be like, oh, I'll see a word and then I'll look it up, and next thing you know, I'm like on fucking
Yeah.
TikTok or whatever. Not that I use TikTok, but
Yeah, jerking off in one of the old buildings.
right. But that shit'll. I'll take some melatonin
Mhm.
and I'll open up a book, and like I've literally
Oh,
had it
I thought you
fallen
were gonna
on
say
my.
a bottle of wine.
No. I
Melatonin, bottle of wine.
I
little
drink
whiskey.
shittier when I sleep shittier when I drink.
Yeah. Well, and I've even got, I got the CPAP and all this stuff, and I was a little bit heavier, and I got a big neck, and so everybody with a big neck is supposedly like, so Dan probably has sleep apnea. I don't know.
Well,
Or you have a small head. I don't know, Dan. I don't know what you do.
He does not have a small
that
head.
help?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
I definitely know that I have a long neck. I
Mhm.
don't know necessarily about a big one.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you're just
definitely-
kind of a thick guy.
It's
you know.
long,
You're
not
chubby.
necessarily
I'm just
big.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's thick with 2 C's.
It's
Mhm.
true. It's true.
Yeah, with your Latin ass.
It's true. God damn it.
It's got a Latino dumper.
All right.
Oh God.
Do you guys
Okay.
want to see something funny real quick?
Absolutely.
They haven't yet so far.
That's a cock.
See what I did there, Roma?
Mm.
I was talking to the audience or about them, not having seen anything funny yet.
All right. Rooster passes out after extended crow. You ready?
Yeah.
So extra.
Wow. Look at how well he's grounded. Whoa. That's awesome. That's really good.
So extra.
So he does this every day to the point
I
where
have
you
no
know
idea.
you can video him?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
He's
It's such a
definitely done
flex.
it enough.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, and the person filming, they're an excellent videographer. They knew what was happening.
Yeah,
they
they're
knew
like-
what it was gonna do.
They're like, here he goes.
That's amazing. Like I'm sure they've practiced that because it was so perfect. You know, like whenever there's actually something that goes on that you want to see, and people are the worst videographers
I
in the
know.
whole world. Yeah.
Yes, that's so annoying.
That
I'm
was
like,
perfect.
why are you filming the floor? It's Bigfoot.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Point the fucking camera at it. Point the camera backwards while you run.
Something. Fucking
Exactly.
wide shot it. God damn.
Yeah. You know that GoPro hero? You're no hero. Put it on backwards. You're going to run.
It's true. It's true. You're not going to stand your ground.
Yeah. No, that's good. I hope he's okay. I hope he has a good heart. Because
It's definitely got the lungs.
yeah, lungs are good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There's going to be some big tits.
It's probably a swimmer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wicked swimmer. All right.
One of those swimming chickens.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Steve, it's our worst nightmare.
What is a swimming chicken?
Swimming
Swimming
chickens.
birds?
Swimming birds, man.
Dan,
Yes, sir.
I've been thinking a lot.
Oh boy.
Did it hurt?
It does.
Okay, good.
All that power. All right. Let's take it easy, everybody. Okay. So, Dan, I feel like I perhaps am influenced by the things around me. You know, the things that I watch, the things that I read, the things.
That's unique.
Is that
Yeah.
possible? Is
I
that
know.
is that possible?
I'm sort
I
of an
don't know whether-
influencee instead
Well,
of an influencer.
That's kind of what I was thinking. That's why I'm asking whether or not it's possible.
Now I'm thinking it's impossible because you postulated that.
Well, sometimes you got to postulate.
Yeah, well, just postulate only with your friends, Dan. It's the safest.
I thought it was safe here.
Well,
I've been corrected.
that's right. Okay, so one of the things that I've really been watching is Archer, that cartoon.
Hmm.
You know, the real little life cartoon that
Yeah, it's
Archer
good.
is. But then there's all sorts of things. There's, your James Brown. Wait, Bond. James Bond.
Or James Brown.
Yeah. So I also read books,
Oh,
and I have several of them.
Like
Um,
with paper?
Yeah, they're paper, but some of them are written by Navy SEALs, and some of them are written by former CIA agents. And what I think we should do, Dan, is become spies.
Really?
Yeah.
Do we need to tell everyone?
I mean,
Because that's something that I learned from Archer.
I don't read that in the book, but Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, because Archer does. Yeah, he's like, why
He
would you be a
tells-
spy then?
He tells everyone.
Yeah, but he's the greatest in the world, and we're on that list. We're on that same list
I mean,
now.
Sterling Archer, you definitely, yeah, that's true story.
So what I thought we would do is I'm gonna read a little bit. We did an episode on MK Ultra back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what episode that was.
It's been a minute.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, it's been a little while. But MK Ultra is kind of like the big CIA project that a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
Since it's been declassified. So there's just a little bit of a background on it. And what this book is, it's the CIA Manual of Trickery and Deception.
Ooh.
And it kind of tells us as we go through it. So it just starts with like this. In 2007, authors discovered a long lost CIA file, once classified top secret, which revealed extraordinary details of the agency's connection to the world of magic at decades earlier. The documents, part of Project MK Ultra, shed light on a fascinating and little-known operation where they employed John Mulholland as the CIA's first magician.
Ooh.
Okay.
Magician.
Yeah. So, his remarkable story, basically, yeah, it was one of the most dangerous times in U.S. history. And so that's why the CIA was formed. That's why, this magician was brought in to teach people, how to do sleight of hand and all sorts of cool shit.
So we talking like magic tricks magician or like ceremonial magic, like other world?
I think both,
Okay.
the occult sort of like,
Yeah.
Dark powers and all that shit. I mean, I know that the Nazis were way into it.
Yeah.
I think probably every major, power has looked into it for sure. I just don't know whether any of that's come out yet.
Yeah.
I know we stole a lot of Nazis for our NASA programs.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where all the witchcraft goes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to indulge in that a little bit further because I couldn't find anything specific on Spotify as to a designation for MK Ultra in particular.
Yeah.
So I will continue my quest on my 5th round to make
get
that
back
happen.
to it. Yeah. So the CIA was established in July 1947. So that was after World War II. Basically the beginning of the Cold War, because after World War II.
Isn't that Roswell as well?
Was it?
Was it
was
47?
close. It had to be close, I think.
Not sure.
Wasn't it in the? It was definitely in the 40s.
So there was 2 primary missions for the CIA: prevent surprise foreign attacks against the United States and counter the advance of Soviet communism into Europe and third world nations. So basically, just keeping tabs on everybody. The USSR security and intelligence organizations, the KGB and its predecessors, attempted to undermine foreign governments aligned to the West. So they already had their spy programs up and running. The Soviet Union's successfully tested a nuclear weapon in 1949. Let's see. Oh, there's a retired James Doolittle that concluded, if the U.S. is to survive, long-standing American concepts of fair play must be reconsidered. We must learn to subvert, sabotage, and destroy our enemies by cleverer, more sophisticated, and more effective methods than those used against us.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good, strong statement.
I just want to say real quick, Dan, you're right. It said began in the summer of 1947 at the dawn of the Cold War when the U.S. Army Air Forces sent out a shocker of a press release announcing they recovered a flying disc.
Hey, Steve.
Mhm.
Steve. Danger zone.
So basically they just said the American people have to get used to dirty warfare.
Yeah.
Can't throw mud if you don't got mud.
So the former, Kissinger, holy shit.
Henry?
I just came up with a good joke on that the other day, yeah. Former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger asserted that during the decade of the 1950s, only the United States stood between Soviet-led communism and world freedom.
Ooh, shit.
And so basically in this is, I kind of like this. So in 1951, there was a technical services staff that was like the technology and espionage people. Like,
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. That's like M or Q or whichever one from Bond. I think it was Q.
It was M.
M? Okay.
It
Yeah, so-
eventually became Q because M retired.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. So all the little gadgets and things. And that kind of reminds me, Dan.
What does it remind you of, Steve?
Well, there's some rules that you have to pick up as you go through the spy training, and I've
Tell
been through
me.
it extensively.
Please tell me of these rules.
Yeah. So there's certain things like we're gonna have to put ourselves in dangerous situations. I've already been doing it. The other day, I went to a diner, and while I was going to the bathroom, I noticed some sensitive documents in their back room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I snuck back there and almost got caught by a lady because there was two women working and one of them decided to come back there. So I had to seduce her.
It's very spy of you.
Yeah. Good thing I was already erect.
Were you wearing your tactile neck?
No, this was because you don't know when you're going to need to gather intelligence because that's our job. Dan, we have to support things. We deal in facts, okay? Not feelings.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
So one of the things you want to do is you want to hide in plain sight. So when I was walking back there and she almost caught me, the thing I'm going to do is just be like, oh, I was lost. I'm here in plain sight. I'm not trying to hide.
Mhm.
I'm
No,
not doing
this isn't
anything
a
wrong.
cucumber.
Yeah. Yeah, this woman's bathroom. I thought I was kicking in men's stall doors.
Well, in 2023, you can kick in any door.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because I am genderless.
Mhm.
Always have
No
an exit strategy.
pronouns.
Always have an exit strategy, Dan. So when you get in a car, what do? You think about how you're going to get out of it, right? That's the first thing.
It's true. I do actually think, how the hell am I going to get out of this thing?
When you see an abandoned refrigerator in an empty lot, before you climb in, you go, hey, am I going to be able to break this magnetic seal?
Yeah, how the hell am I going to get out of this damn fridge?
Yeah, or am I going to suffocate?
Hey, Dan,
Yes,
put your hands down because it's making your face dark and your hands giant.
that's fair. That's
okay,
fair.
that's better.
Everything you say should be a lie.
Really?
Yes.
Everything?
No, I'm just kidding. You shouldn't.
Is
That
that,
was the lie.
Yeah.
Roma.
You got me. You got me. Regardless, you still got me.
Was that a lie?
No.
But then you're not doing it right, Dan.
I'm
just kidding. You are doing it right. See?
Oh,
That was a lie.
See? Okay.
God, you are. Oh, man.
I'm an amateur.
Yeah.
I'm an amateur.
Exactly.
I have read
Yeah.
nothing.
Have you not learned anything in the past 6 minutes?
Clearly, I'm still a work in progress.
All right. Don't leave any loose ends, Dan.
Who said they were loose?
No. Loose lips sink ships. Okay. So what you need to do is, okay, these two go together. This one isn't an actual rule. The actual rule is don't poison yourself. But the other rule is poison everything else
Okay.
because that's not leaving any loose ends.
I've actually seen plenty of spy videos where
Mhm.
they're pouring poison into a drink
Mhm.
and mixing it with their finger
Mhm.
and then deciding to
Be all sexy. 'Cause-
and then fall over dead.
yeah, but you got to be sexy. What do you want to do?
You use the wrong finger.
All right. Well, I mean,
Am I not learning?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I just don't agree. Um,
Fair enough.
have you heard of the gray man principle?
No.
No.
So the gray man principle is the principle of, hiding in plain sight, but it's kind of put into like blending with your environment, that don't wear, whatever
Striking
exotic
colors.
anything that makes you recognizable. They're like, oh, that guy with the crazy hat, or whatever. It's like neutral colors, no, you're not going to quaff your facial hair into weird zigzag designs and shit like that because people would go, oh yeah, didn't that guy with all the,
With the mullet.
yeah, like me, I got to tape down my bulge.
That's fair.
Makes me recognizable.
Yeah, that bulge is just out there.
Mhm.
Presented.
Yeah, so the gray man principle, I don't like this one as much because I feel like it does kind of go the opposite of like Archer and hiding in, it's like hide in plain sight, live out loud. That's what I say.
YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing I got that tattoo
Mhm.
back in
Right on the neck.
2005.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's wear appropriate footwear. Okay. Any spy, appropriate footwear. Do you remember what happened in not Lethal Weapon? What's it? Die Hard.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no
Yeah, he walked around
footwear. No footwear.
Oh, yeah.
Broken
That was
glass.
him, but he wasn't a spy.
But
Oh,
here's
true.
the thing that women
Mhm.
spies always wear like 6-inch stiletto heels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they use them as weapons inevitably,
Exactly.
but also I feel like it's not.
I was gonna say, practical or not, as far as women in stilettos as a spy,
Mhm.
she's gonna like hoes can run fast in high heels.
Yeah.
That's just statistics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially Jackie Horlins Joyner Kersey. Was her middle name Florence?
I have no idea.
We're gonna go with yes.
I feel like it was. Maybe that was her mother. Florence is kind of an older lady's name.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, wear appropriate footwear, non-slip, non-marking soles. You don't want to leave
Oh.
evidence.
Yeah.
No, learned that in gym class.
Yeah.
No marking soles.
Mhm.
Or you've got to sit there and clean with a janitor.
Yeah. True.
But
And
then,
he'll molest you.
but at the same time, as
He
you're
likes
getting
minors.
molested, you get to
Goes
find
down.
out that all of the secrets of the
Mhm.
school,
Okay.
because he's gonna want to show you, because
Wow.
he can't show anybody else.
All the secrets of the boiler room.
Yeah, well, yeah, that
Under
too.
the bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
Under the bridge.
Under the boardwalk. Down by the
That's-
sea.
That's true as well.
Yeah. So, okay. So, those are just some of the rules. So I'm just priming your brain to think the correct way. Okay.
I think I got you.
Yeah. And the history of stuff. There's so that special, the service, the technical, services people, MQ, they started making invisible inks.
Okay.
And
What?
so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No ink is invisible.
Except for invisible ink.
Damn it.
So they forged travel documents. So that's something we'll need, Roma.
Okay.
Identity documents for agents that worked under alias names, printing propaganda leaflets, installing clandestine microphones and cameras, and building concealments for spy equipment in furniture, briefcases, and clothing.
Fun.
Yeah.
Margot says Jackie Joyner Kersey.
What's her middle name?
Joyner.
Mhm.
That's what she said.
No,
Fake-
you know what I'm thinking of? Flojo.
That is fake news.
Oh.
Flojo. Yeah, so
All right.
So, to those uninitiated in the craft of espionage, the secretive work of TSS scientists and engineers at time appeared to accomplish the impossible. In reality, this handful of CIA scientists was demonstrating the third law of prediction advanced by science fiction author Arthur C. Clarke. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic.
Ooh.
Wait. No, I was thinking Arthur Conan Doyle.
It's James Bond. Or wait, no, Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock
Yes.
Holmes, yeah.
Damn it.
Same thing.
Yeah. So basically then they heard about the mind control stuff,
Mhm.
from the Soviet, and you never know if it's true or not. So they wanted to figure out all this stuff about mind control, discover the new capabilities of things like brainwash, to brainwash, recruit, and operate agents with the aid of drugs. So LSD and all that.
Yeah, I saw Pineapple Express.
Mhm.
True serums.
Yeah. Yep. So basically they, had a bunch of sub projects. There's one thing that they made that was called, they concocted true serums to developing a humane way to incapacitate guard dogs using a powerful tranquilizer mixed into ground beef.
Oh.
They tried to use mind-altering drugs like LSD and marijuana, and they produced a bunch of things that were like lethal, incapacitating, lethal, untraceable toxins, all kinds of cool stuff.
Bacon strips?
Hush puppies. That's actually what they were called too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe I read that. Yeah, and then they would make stuff that would actually like kill people, and they would like little dart guns.
I was gonna
and
say the
stuff.
darts, yeah. Or they'll have like pins in their hand and they'll like grab
Mhm.
someone or pat them on the back or whatever.
And usually have like a little ricin or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They also did one where it would shoot a steel pin finer than a human hair
Oof.
that would go into the body and disappear. And so you could never find it.
So it was ice laced with poison?
I don't know.
That would be a good idea.
I don't know. But pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a legit way to kill somebody. But yeah, basically the guns on Archer that they just use to knock everyone out,
Mm-hmm.
those are real. So,
Yeah.
so that's fun.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, damn.
Mhm. If I had one, I would have shot him right then, Roma.
I know you would have.
Really?
Dude, that would have been perfect.
Yeah,
I would have
I
been
know.
all about it.
I didn't prepare. Another rule: always be prepared.
I think that's the most crucial rule, isn't it?
Um,
It's not number one,
yeah,
but it's definitely a crucial rule.
yeah. Well, I think the number one is take mandatory breaks.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid for them, Dan.
Mm.
Yeah, you got to take
Your breaks?
Yeah, you got to take your breaks when you can.
What the fuck is that? You're supposed to get paid for your breaks.
Well, just telling you, Dan. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Look,
I'm
I haven't
just- I'm
gathered
in-
the intelligence on it.
I'm
I
in the
don't know yet.
wrong business.
Okay, so Dan,
Yes.
what sort of a loadout do you think you're going to have? What do you think you'll need to be an effective spy? Guesses?
Definitely some suction cups.
That's a good answer.
A lockpick.
Okay, yeah.
A glass. A glass compass.
Okay. Compass isn't bad. That's yeah.
And like a compass that you can use on glass is what I'm saying.
Mm.
You know, so you can create those holes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah,
That you-
yeah.
that you
That's for
knock out.
stealing diamonds, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's for getting in just about anywhere.
Yeah. I
Um.
are you you're talking about like a compass and a protractor?
Yeah, like
Okay,
okay.
okay.
So a protractor, excuse me, because you have it put on the one spot, and then you got the suction cup on it, and then you spin it around, and then it makes a hole.
The protractor's the thing you measure angle.
That's true.
All right.
That's true. That's the half.
Well,
damn.
if
that's
you
the half
all you have to do
moon.
is scratch
Oh, that's
scratch
true.
the glass.
Okay, you could do that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
a glass scratcher.
Two protractors
For
and then a
crying
glass
out-
cutter,
Yeah,
or just the glass cutter.
Okay, so I'm carrying too much. I'm already carrying too
You're
much.
overloaded, Dan.
I'm overloaded.
I
Yeah.
feel like you need like an umbrella or a cane with like a dagger in it or something.
That's a good one. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, all
Yeah.
right,
Glasses,
Yes.
dark
Um,
glass, sunglasses.
Mhm.
A decent silencer for a pistol.
Yeah. Decent pistol, decent silencer. Yeah.
Um,
And of course, these things change depending on your mission. You know what your objectives are.
I'd also say poison that's distinguishable from my usual preference of alcohol.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
So cheaper alcohol.
Possibly.
I mean, it'll still knock people out.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually, yes.
You just have to outdrink them. That's the
And-
only hard part.
And the most crucial thing that we have all learned from Archer, a slightly darker black tactile neck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's got to be
Well-
the slightly darker black.
Yeah. I mean, unless you don't have one, and then I guess dark black would have to do.
You
Or
know,
darker black. Dark black, darker black. Yeah. Anyways.
and at least find out what grit sand is.
So, okay. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that I think should go in your little spy kit.
Please tell me,
Yeah.
because I need to know what to add.
Yes. Okay. So, now this is not definitely I'm just bringing some stuff to the table to start off with. So the first thing, this may look like a regular Cliff Bar. And it is. It's just a snack. Okay?
All right.
So there's a snack that you put in your bag.
Snack important.
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have a like a tactical fanny pack.
A tackle pack?
Fanny tacked? No.
A fanny tack?
A tanny fact?
A tanny fact. I appreciate that.
You put that in there, okay?
Okay, so you're in the tanny fact.
The next thing that you're gonna want is a pen.
Is that a regular pen?
It is. It is a sort of. It's a Zebra, I think 708 is the model number.
Okay.
But it's all made out of steel, so this is something that you can take on a plane. You can take it anywhere, really, and nobody will know anything about it. But right in the side of the neck.
Okay.
If you don't drop it. Right in the side of the neck.
I thought you just dealt with that all spy style.
See? Magic.
That's what I thought.
Spy
Yeah,
magic.
that was good.
Yeah. So actually, when our brother went to Costa Rica, I gave him one of these to just take with him.
Oh, nice.
Because
Just in case.
yeah, just keep it in your back pocket. Goes on a plane with you, and
Stab somebody.
it's better than nothing.
It's true.
Also, you can write some stuff with it.
What?
Yeah.
It's a pen too?
Dream
Yep.
journals or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude.
Your hopes and dreams, your vision board. Okay. Dan, you did well, this was kind of mentioned. A knife of some kind.
I don't think I actually mentioned a knife.
Shut
I
up.
failed. with that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
But
so
that
this
is a
one's
cool ass knife.
it's one of those credit card knives,
Mhm.
basically, but just done. It's a Boker knife. So I like it. It's,
Boker?
Yeah, Boker.
What is Boker?
Oh, it's just a brand of knife that
Oh.
it's mid-range, mid-level. So that's good that you can sneak that, I mean, most places, I guess, without a metal detector or an x-ray, but I mean, that could just go right in your wallet and probably they would never know.
Yeah.
This is something that I've carried around for a long time, and it has gotten me into places and out of situations. It's a lockpick set.
It's shiny.
Really?
Yeah.
I was right about one thing.
Mm-hmm. So this is your little turning bar, and so that just slips kind of right out of the middle there. And
Do you have a tumbler? A tumbler adjuster?
I don't do any of the. I don't do any actual locksmithy stuff, but you get a bunch of little guys there.
Oh, you've broken into my apartment with it.
Yeah. Yep. I've broken into Roma's apartment. I've broken into my own. I don't suggest you try it on your own doors. Because you'll just be afraid of how fast someone could get into your house.
Oof. That's rough,
yeah.
buddy. That could drive a man to drink.
Mm-hmm. No, but I've used them on office stuff. So like people lock their like cabinets and stuff.
Mhm.
Like a box file?
One
Never
of those.
mind.
No, okay. One of those. What's a file cabinet? Yeah. With the locks on it. So which is really great because I actually had a guy that was gonna drive home, however, half an hour or something like that. I'm like, give me 2 minutes, I'll have it open, and I did, which is fun. So we will be at some point picking locks.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Ooh.
of course. Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. Okay. Crazy glue. You just got to. Everybody has to have a thing of crazy glue.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because you never know if you're going to get shot or stabbed or have to, maybe you broke a coffee mug and then they'll discover that you were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
you just
Now,
gotta glue it back together.
one thing I have to say about crazy glue
Mhm.
is regardless of how good it is,
Mhm.
do not hold on to Gorilla Glue for too long. Otherwise,
yeah.
it'll solidify,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
and then it's useless.
yeah. It's it's crazy glue is just one of those things that I've always had, and whenever I get a cut or a paper cut, I mean, even if it's just a paper cut, something very minimal, I use it. When I was and another knife, I got this is the John Wick 2 knife.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah. So,
dude!
anyways, pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. For crying out loud, that could probably puncture some skin
Oh, yeah.
from like the 1-inch punch, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sound effects included.
So you need that, and then
What
I don't
else
even
do you
know why
need,
I was-
Steve?
why did I even grab this? There's a
Because you were
reason I
cutting
did.
open the mule sauce
No, something else. Can't remember.
because
well.
it's tactile.
Probably. If I gotten 6.5 hours of sleep last night. Next one. Tide pen. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, to get off blood stains.
Poison. Full of poison. This is enough poison to
Oh.
take out the entire state of Idaho.
Wow.
I just
Yeah. I would not point this at myself. And Dan's sitting right across from me. No, I just think
the antidote. I had the antidote. I swear.
yeah, and then you want one that looks just like it. and then one that's slightly, because you still need to get stains out of your clothes, Dan. That doesn't stop stains. This doesn't poison stains, you idiot. God.
You know, this is why you're educating me, Steve. This is why.
Oh, and
What
then
else?
because we're going to be sending you off to exotic locations, and when you're in exotic locations, you got to take care of your butthole. Your
That's so true.
fresh pair of socks, boom, travel cottonelle. Whoop. Boom, travel cottonelle.
Are those flushable?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what you
and-
need.
Most of the countries Dan's going to be first shipped off to, he won't need flushable.
That's
He's going to be shitting on the ground, Roma. Just on the ground. There's not even a hole.
so true.
Yeah. It's going to be some rough assignments, Dan.
I
But we'll get
believe
you through it.
I believe you.
Dan, put your hands down.
That's right.
Yeah,
Too
Dan,
big.
only I can
Too big
use
hands.
a hand in front of the
Well, his
microphone.
is like his camera's right there, and it makes his hands bright white and giant,
Mhm.
and then his face, like, because the light focuses on his hands.
Mhm.
It's a terrible idea. I just
Yeah,
need to not.
Dan.
I won't anymore.
And then non-poisonous electrolytes, because if you have to honeypot your way out of a sticky situation, by, sleeping with
Whoever.
a young lady, you hope.
It's
Could
what
be a man.
it's
but
what
you never know.
plants crave.
Yeah,
It's what plants crave. Steve.
exactly. Yep, Gatorade. Is it in you? Is it in you? It's Michael Jordan trying to get the line for the Gatorade commercial. Is it in you? We'll just do it again, Mike. Is it in you? One more time, Mike. Is it in you? Is it in you? You can watch it all day.
Is it in?
He's a kinetic genius, not
You.
a verbal one.
Yeah. He also did the Fruit of the Loom underwear.
Oh yeah,
He also did
Or
Hanes.
Hanes. I might have been
Yeah,
Hanes.
It was Hanes.
yeah. I think it
They're
was.
Hanes.
Yeah. Mhm. So, Dan, I think we need to come up with a task. So I think we're gonna need to now the goal of a spy is to get the information that you're seeking without anyone knowing you're going after it and without getting caught with it. So you have to blend. So what I'm suggesting is maybe we start off someplace that we're like all comfortable, So like for me, that would probably be like someplace where cool people hang out. Dan,
You're gonna have to think about this one.
probably an elementary school. I just feel like Dan belongs at an elementary school.
Okay.
All right.
He's
He
talking
could be a
about minors.
janitor. He
Yeah.
could
I'll
be-
roll with it. I can
Yeah,
janitor it up.
He's the saucy janitor.
I'm
He's
gonna
like
need a darker-
sprinkling that stuff down on him puke,
Yeah, the bubble gum. Yep, bubblegum
Yes.
sawdust.
Yeah.
Bubblegum sawdust.
Yeah, people freaked out when I mentioned that. Wow, and then people were like, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never forget it.
Yeah.
As soon as you saw it, you know some kid threw up.
Bubblegum
now
and throw
there's
up.
Bubble
Yeah.
gum.
Thanks. So I think we should come up with, we should try to go for an opportunity. And so what I suggest is that we take, and I didn't bring up the camera thing because we all have our cell phones and we can get sensitive documents that way. But I think we should make it kind of a recurring thing that we've started this club. And what our goal is to get sensitive information that we can give out to the public. Kind of like whistleblowing, I
Mhm.
guess, more
Project
or less.
Veritas.
Project Veritas. Yes, there's many good ones. And we're going to get some heat for this, Dan. I hope you know that. I hope you know
Well,
what you're
I'll
signing up
definitely. Thank God it's cold outside.
for.
For
Is that-
now.
The baby.
Roma, that
it's-
was the code line.
Oh, sorry.
baby.
Yeah.
It's cold outside.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to say things in crypt. Yeah. The sun sets in the west on the east thing. Like that.
It's the
And then
east pier.
people are like, yeah,
Sun sets on the
natural.
west in the east pier.
Yep, exactly. Pier. P-E-E-R. Pier.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
pier.
didn't spell
Yeah,
it
never mind.
right.
I meant P-er. So 3 E's. Yeah, so what do you think, Dan? You think we can do this?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Roma, do you want to be a spy or do you want to be Q or M?
Yeah, I want to be the person that like
Or even Bosley.
tells you your missions or
Okay.
something. I
All
don't
right. If you choose to accept it.
know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Yeah, and you all remember Mission Impossible.
Sure.
Yeah, that was a good one back in the day. Ving Rhames. Get some hardcore pipe. Never mind.
We have the meats.
Nah, man. Yeah. Pretty fucking far from okay. It's after he got raped
Yeah.
in Mission Impossible.
I don't think that was it.
No? Okay.
No.
Pretty sure. Yeah, so what do you think, Roma? What do you think we're missing here? It feels like there's something we're missing, and I don't know what that is. I feel like it's going to come.
Yeah.
I think, okay, well, I think we need to make like a club
Right.
out of this.
So if you have a club, you need like a logo or like a mission statement. Like
We'll have to come up with a mission statement.
Yeah.
Yep, just like a real whatever
Yeah,
has mission
like
statements.
Like ISIS?
some type of
Yeah.
symbol.
Yeah, we need a big black flag to.
Yeah. Death
I
to
was-
infidels.
I was talking about Archer's ISIS
Oh,
because
Oh.
that was the name of their spy agency was ISIS.
Dan, we're making our own spy agency. Okay,
I was thinking similarity, not actual.
Dan. Nobody watches Archer.
That's
Okay, they watch
true.
us.
That's
All right.
now they will.
Yeah, Dan. Every time I steal something from Archer, you can't point it out.
As much
Actually, I
as
already did.
as much as I love you, H. John Benjamin, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, H. John Benjamin's awesome. But the quote from Arthur C. Clarke was actually in Archer.
Oh, that's funny.
Really?
Yeah, when they were getting shrunk down to go in the guy's body, and
Oh, so we need a
chick.
shrinking ray.
We need that. We need a lot of things.
Yeah.
We need a lot of.
Damn it!
We need a lot of equipment, and yeah. So I think what we should do is I think we should just go for sensitive documents. So we're gonna have to find sensitive documents and take, you know, either physically take the document or take a copy of the document without being caught.
Yeah.
Or if you are caught, bring that in because then we can all learn from that too.
Right.
But you're gonna have to learn to seduce your way out of it. So if you go to Home Depot, there's a lot of men that work there. Dan. So Dan will be at Home Depot.
That is
Damn
me
it.
at the school.
Both.
Yeah, he likes both.
I've got to go to Home Depot and the school.
Yep, exactly.
At least my mission in front of me is clear, and then I'm going to have to get behind it.
Yeah, I think Roma's probably going to be our spy master. You know, like a madame.
Yeah.
And
Like a
we're prostitutes.
master of ceremonies.
That's true.
Oh yeah, or that. Roma's the MC. Yeah, like rappers in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. I guess I got like a big clock on a gold chain or something. Like a derby or
Definitely a big ass hat.
fur coat.
You're going to
Yeah.
have to get a big ass hat with some print on it that's animal related.
Yeah. Now I'm
And-
just turning into a pimp.
Yeah, Air Force
What?
Ones, patent leather ones.
What the hell is the difference?
Remember those patent leather Air Force Ones? I wanted those. But
We
No
might have
regrets
to
in life.
steal them.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
well, I think this is
For-
a good plan.
Yeah.
National security.
I think so too. So,
Well, Steve, with all of this information that you've given me,
Mm-hmm.
what are we going to do with it?
probably sell it for money so we can fund our spy club that I'll name.
Really?
Wait,
Does it happen to be the sensiblesociopathpodcast.com?
no.
Okay. Well,
Not yet.
even if that's the case.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. I have a brainstorm coming on.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Is it lightning related?
So what are we doing, Dan?
Well, if you don't find yourself in a particular club, you can find yourself at thesensiblesociopathpodcast.com. You can get your Sen socks, your Charlie mug, your Alpha Beta Zeta t-shirts, V-neck or regular neck, all kinds of necks, wide or slim. And you can get your hoodies, you can get your all different kinds of things at thesensiblesociopathpodcast.com in all different kinds of colors. And find yourself at thesensiblesociopathpodcast.com.
Nice.
All one word.
Yes, and while you're there, you can check us out on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath podcast. You can also find me on Twitter at Stephen Paul Cast. That's a PH, like you can see on the screen if you're not blind or listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, they're working on the Braille version.
Oh, that'd be all right. Yeah. It just gets you louder, and so they just God, so loud. Yeah. So please check me out on Twitter. Updating the lion painting.
What?
I ain't lying.
Lion lion painting, you say? Oh.
It's pretty cool.
Ladies and Germans, that's some legit shit right
Yeah.
there.
And actually, you know what? I was thinking. So while you were doing your plugs, I was trying to think of a name or whatever. So we all kind of have our animals, right? Like,
Yeah.
So you got your wolf, which you brought out in the glass. Roma's definitely got the buffalo bison thing.
Indeed, she does.
And I'm a Leo, love lions, good stuff.
Absolutely.
There's a very clever animal that's very sneaky.
Yeah.
And I was thinking raccoons. And then I was like,
What about
it's
the
not very-
muskrat? Is the
well,
muskrat crafty
yeah.
enough?
yeah. But I think I got it.
Okay.
I think we should go with a fox.
What?
Oh.
Are you
There we go.
clever?
Yeah, like in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Multiple tails.
Tails.
Tails, son.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Definitely not the echidna.
Yeah, so I just think we'll have to figure out what the logo should be or something like that. But I think we should go with the animal theme.
Yeah.
That's-
We do that with everything.
Yeah.
That's crafty. And then you're going to have to ask yourself, what does a fox say?
Yeah.
Is
No.
that really what a fox says?
Oh, sorry. What's a fox say? Okay. But I was gonna say that so we'll be like the foxy guys or foxy spies or something like
Yeah.
that. You know?
What?
Something cool.
I'll get behind and or in front of it, depending on the honeypot.
Perfect. We'll get a tattoo. All right. So Roma, your assignment this week, MQ.
If I choose to accept it.
Yeah. No, you don't get that option.
Oh.
It'll
You give us
self-destruct
that
within
option.
5 seconds.
Yeah. You just live in the laboratory. But yeah, we'll have to make a logo or something so we can make a
Sounds
segment.
good.
Yeah. Be good.
That sounds amazing.
I'm excited.
All right.
And like we'll be fighting we're gonna do all sorts of fun stuff. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
It's exciting.
Sweet.
Yes.
Training?
I know, right? We're gonna
Good.
be way better people by the end of this podcast. Yes. I think that's it. Roma? Yeah.
We're at the end of the show.
All right. Well, so join us next week. We will have sensitive documents of some kind, or stories about how we got caught doing that. And I will fill you in on how things are going with the DeWalt situation. You guys aren't going to want to miss it.
Awesome.
Seriously.
Yeah, know about that D-Walt?
Oh, yeah, right up in there. Love y'all.
Have a good night, everybody.
Go Eagles.
Bye.
Best podcast
Sorry, go
in the
Birds.
world. The world would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it.
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to...
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is gonna love it. Millennials are gonna be like, I'm offended.
You have offended me.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where you could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, she could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina.
Daniel!